Okay, today I'm going to show you how Britican gets off the side of a dock using 8 steps. First, I'm going to explain how to do it. Second, we're going to show you a video on how we do it. 3, I'm going to show you on our famous paper cutouts. And 4, I will give you a tip on how to get off if you can't move the boat forward. Boat handling skills. I think it's very important. A lot of new people that have just started boating, it is one of the most nerve-wracking experiences. You know, both Kim and I have got into a marina and had a horrible time in doing it, and then gone straight to the bar and ordered a brandy and a big wine. You should never underestimate the current and the wind and how it's going to affect your boat and getting into small places. If you're in doubt, especially when you're about to leave, if you're in doubt at all and you think the wind is too strong or you think the current is too strong, don't go. Because the last thing you want to do, especially being new at it, is to make you or your partner, wife, crew member nervous, and then they don't want to do it. I've spoken to many people who have got boats and they've gone out, they've had a bad time, they've scratched it or whatever, and then suddenly they just sit on the dock and their boat becomes an apartment. And that's not what we want, that's not what we bought a boat for. Today I'm going to explain how we, Britican, get off a dock. And if you like these videos, we'll do lots more. Any type of situation that you're unsure about, tell us and we'll see if we can make a video about it. Help me to help you. Well, I'm going to show you how Britican comes off the dock when we're alongside. Kim and I can do it very easily. We've been doing it for a long time now. First and foremost, what I'm doing is looking for the wind and looking for the tide, see how it's going to affect the boat. Is it going to be pushing us onto the dock or is it going to be helping us by taking us off? Then I explain to Kim or a crew member the procedure of what we're going to be doing. We have 4 lines on the boat. We have a bow line, a stern line, a mid-aft spring, which is the most important, and a mid-forward spring. And what we do then is we get the crew to make them ready to slip. So that means that no line is actually tied to the dock. It loops round and comes back onto the boat and it's tied onto the boat. Because what we don't want to be doing is have a crew member or Kim on the dock untied, and then suddenly we go away and poor Kim's going there and I say goodbye, because that's not what you want. Also, we make sure that the boat is totally fended and safe, but especially we get 2 fenders close to the stern, and I'll explain why in a minute. When we're fended out and we're ready to slip, what I then do is I then engage the throttle so it's just clipped in, so the propeller is turning and we're going forward. I then turn the boat away as though I'm going away from the dock, puts pressure on the mid-aft spring, and that's the one that's holding us. Remember I said it was the most important one, and that's why. Take the other 3 lines off so it's just got the mid-aft spring on. The boat is then, because we've got it in gear, it is actually pinned to the dock, trying to push away, but it's pinned there and it will hold. And if you need to give it a bit more revs because it's really strong wind, do it, and it's not going to do any damage. Then when the person is then ready to release the last line, I then disengage it into neutral. The boat will then relax, the wind will push us. You then take the line off. We then, once the line is clear and the person has shouted line clear, I then engage the propeller again and then drive away from the dock. And what you have to do is then just keep an eye over your shoulder to the aft and make sure that you're not touching the dock. Visit sailingbritican.com. Check the link below to see the 8-point checklist. This really works well when the wind is either at your stern or at your bow or pushing you off the dock. And also, if it's not too strong and the wind is not too strong pushing you onto the dock, or the current is pushing you onto the dock. Instead of me talking, I'm going to show you a demonstration that we did with our Britican Experience member Dower in St. Lucia. We have a stern line. We have a mid-forward spring. Here is the mid-aft spring. And we also have a bow line. If you notice, they're all ready to slip, tied at both ends to the boat, and they loop around the cleat on the dock. I am going to use this aft spring. I am going to engage it into gear and turn away from the dock. Okay, fender there, I'm going to put another fender here, and then you are going to take off all the other 3 lines. Once that is again, when the first person back to here is then I'm going to release the tension, we'll drift back a little bit, take that line off, and then off we go out.
Sounds like you've done it before.
Yes, I've done it a few times before, and it works well for us.
Simon has just engaged the boat. Okay, I gotta get on now. Lines are off.
Lines are off.
Pulling away.
This is the current, and the wind is pushing us onto the dock. If it's only light, we can still get off, but if it's strong wind and strong current, just wait. Do not try and attempt it, because you're going to just damage your boat. You might hurt some crew, so just don't do it. It doesn't matter where the wind or the current is coming from. We engage the engine, so the boat is then going to just move slightly. So you take this, the aft line off, the bow line off, and the forward spring off. Forward mid-swing. What will happen then is the boat is going to be pulling on this line really tight, and it's going to be wanting to go this way. That's why I said you make sure you get your fenders out on the back to protect the stern. You then disengage if the boat's going to relax. You take this line back onto the boat, and then what will happen then is you'll be able to drive off. What happens if you can't go forward? And what I'm going to demonstrate now is you just do things slightly differently, but it's almost the same. Imagine there's a dock here and you can't go that way, so what you're doing is you still got your aft spring, but this time you fender it up at the bow. You then engage forward and turn it into the dock, so then the boat turns, and she will turn a lot more because the bow is more pointy, so you'll go in there. Once you're into that position, you stop the engine, the crew member gets the line in, and then you turn the wheel the other way and reverse. Help me to help you. If you want to come on to Britican and try this yourself, if you get it all correct, I might even buy you a rum punch. Visit sailingbritican.com for more information.